Hello everyone, I'm out here in an old surfaced area this afternoon just to do a little bit of testing. I thought I'd try something different this afternoon. I've actually got a couple of coils that I want to test out. Now on my machine at the moment I have the 10x5 Gold Extreme coil from Coiltek, and I just wanted to do a little bit of a comparison between that small coil and the 14x9. I haven't really tried the 14x9 as a comparison to the 10x5. I just wanted to see how it compared, firstly on small gold and obviously for depth and so on. I have here a series of gold nuggets that I've marked from about 0.1 up to about 13.5 grams, and what I would like to do is bury those and then do a bit of a comparison to see how the two coils compare. Now at the moment I have the 10x5 on the machine, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bury each of those nuggets and find out basically what the limits of the 10x5 is as far as depth goes. I'll then swap over coils and put the 14x9 coil on and then just run through and see how it compares. Now this comparison is purely for my own benefit, because I'm thinking about taking this coil over to Western Australia in about 6 weeks time, and I just wanted to see how that coil compared as far as depth is concerned, and I wanted to see how small the 14x9 coil would actually go as far as small nuggets. I know it won't be as sensitive as the 10x5. The 10x5 is extremely sensitive. It's a great coil, and I would expect that the 14x9 may struggle a little bit on some of the smaller nuggets, but I'm hoping that because of its ground coverage and also the depth that it should be able to punch through to, I may have a little more success in other areas. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll start setting up the first nugget, and I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. Just to show you exactly how it's done, I'm placing one nugget into a hole and then doing a bit of an air test. I've dug the hole deep enough just so that I can get a bit of a signal. And then I'll take an accurate measurement to the top of the nugget. And in this case, it's 143 millimeters. I'll hold the nugget in place and then I'll start backfilling. Until I get up to the natural ground level. I'm not a big fan of doing this sort of in-ground test, but it will give me some sort of benchmark. I'll flatten that out to make sure I've got the natural ground level, just a little bit more there. And that one's right to go. Okay, time to start the actual testing process. So the first nugget is a 0.11 gram nugget, and it's at a depth of 62 millimeters. So let's have a listen. Slight, but it's there. Not bad. Not bad at all. Coming up to the next nugget. It's a 0.27 of a gram nugget at 92 millimeters. A repeatable signal, and actually quite good, very good depth actually. This little nugget, it's 0.46 in weight, but it's actually quite porous, and it's only buried at 90 millimeters. Still a good repeatable signal. The next nugget is a 0.7 nugget buried at 96 millimeters. Quite a repeatable signal there. This nugget is a 1.02 gram nugget at 112 millimeters. And it picks that up easily. We now move to a 4.77 gram nugget at a depth of 143 millimeters. A good repeatable signal. And the last nugget is a 13.55 gram nugget at a depth of 154 millimeters. Gee, I can barely pick that one up. You'd have to be travelling very, very slowly to pick that one up. Okay, it's now time to go and put the 14x9 coil back on, and we'll run it over the same targets, and hopefully we'll get some good results. Back shortly. Back again with the 14x9 coil hooked up, and we might just step through the process of seeing what we can get out of this particular coil. Okay, going back to the 0.11 at 62 millimeters. I'd be surprised if this coil actually picks it up, but let's wait and see. I think you can hear that. It does. It's not as strong as the 10x5, but very surprised that it did pick it up. Moving along to the 0.27 at a depth of 92 millimeters. Well, it does pick it up, but it's not all that strong. Okay, the next one. This is the porous 0.46 at 90 millimeters. It picks that up quite well actually. And now along to the 0.7 nugget at 96 millimeters. When you get the sweet spot, yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, the 1.02 target at a depth of 112 millimeters. Picks that up very well. Seems to like that size nugget. Okay, a 4.77 nugget at a depth of 143 millimeters. Quite a good signal there. No complaints about that one. And finally, the 13.5 gram nugget at a depth of 154 millimeters. The other coil struggled and would barely make a sound. Well, that seemed to be right on the limit of that coil as well. Quite interesting actually. I would have thought it would have absolutely pinged it. Well, a final conclusion. It looks as though both coils picked up all of the targets. The 10x5 appeared to be stronger on most. I think the 14x9 on the mid to larger nuggets performed quite well, which is to be expected. So the big advantage of the 14x9, however, is going to be the ground coverage. So from what I've seen today, I think I'll take this one to Western Australia and I'll do a lot of my searching with this particular coil. And that's about it for today, folks, so thanks for watching.